Howdy y'all, welcome back to some more Jak and Daxter. Today I felt like taking a look at the Brume mod actually, which is a fan-made mod project for Jak and Daxter, the Precursor legacy, which actually brings in some of the unused ideas that were made and designed for the game that were cut out due to time constraints or budget cuts or whatnot. I'm not too sure, but and we have our first death. Look at that. Now this has been made possible today due to the open goal project on the PC, which if you guys haven't checked them out, what are you guys doing? I would highly recommend looking at their projects, and thanks to their efforts, we're able to look at what possibly could have been in Jak and Daxter, the Precursor legacy. Some of the removed content. It looks like it's very easy to fall off here, but yeah, no, it looks like it would be a level from the game. Just a little bit expanded. It looks like it would take place in the
Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
looks like it would take place in the mountain pass level or area of the game before reaching the citadel. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Here on the Twitch, the last thing we played was Jak 2. So if you're curious to watch a playthrough of that game, you can find that on the Twitch as well as on my YouTube channel at Daftstarboy, same as it is here.
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
Looks like there's always an idol at each one of these cities. Thanks to my recent playthrough of Jak 2, I've had a chance to brush up on a lot of my platforming skills, but it's so very weird to come through here and not, be able to pull out a gun or whatever, or the jet board. Got so used to using those for anything. Especially the jet board. The jet board is like one of the best things. Let's see, which level to start with first. So from what I know, the mod itself has 4 levels. And one is a mountain type level, another one is a precursor temple type level, and then there's the caves. What I do not remember is how to get to... Actually, I do. Never mind. So yeah, they've added multiple missions, new power cells, as well as... That's pretty much it. Actually, yeah. New levels, new power cells. Just think of it as like a director's cut, pretty much. We're putting back in everything that Naughty Dog, had to unfortunately cut out. Now, not too sure how to get over there, but I'm sure that there's some way to bring those back up. Or maybe new platforms or whatever. Let's go to the big little tent in the middle. See what's going on there. it's the fisherman. And it's the fishes. Look at that.
1 pound fishies and 5 pound fishies.
Oh, homie's seen some things. Look at him. Poor dude. Kevin Conroy, everybody. I see. Look at that. I assume we follow these little orbs. Looks like he's over there. Oh, there he is. Oof. Is he gonna just go back to the same spot? Oh no. So that's the entrance to the... Ooh, shit. That's the entrance to the cave right there. There he is. That's probably another entrance right here. Oh. Probably get back in there later. Or maybe it loops around. Who knows? Ooh, that'd be pretty satisfying. Instead of getting those little 2 collectibles here, we just go loop right back around and get all of them as we leave. What you doing up there? Beautiful.
We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
Does he go to a different spot this time? Oh, I think he's going back to the first spot. Oh. He's going up there. There he is. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Huh. I wonder, does he have more than the 1 power cell, or can you just keep on going? Questions for later.
Pound fishies and 5 pound fishies.
1 pound fishies and 5 pound fishies. So if that's not how you... Oh, shit. If that's not how you get up there, then... Maybe you have to go to the cave first. Not too sure. Seems like that's the case, so let's go look inside of that cave. Ooh, custom music. Very nice. Oh, it's always these guys. Probably just leave him alone. You know, after helping these guys out in the second game, I feel bad for taking them out.
Wow! You can shoot fireballs when you're powered up with Yellow Eco.
Oh, I missed that. So unfortunately in Jak 2, when you roll into enemies, it doesn't give damage, unfortunately. It's like the boggy swamp all over again. What's good, boss? How's it going? HolyRoller in the chat. HolyRoller. My bad. See what the community was like. How's the day been? Pretty good, can't complain. Just figured I'd get around to doing some of this on stream. I've actually been playing through this series and was like, hey, I don't think I've seen anybody live stream the modding or the mods that are available for this game yet. So I was like, hey, why not play some more Jak 1? And here we are. So this is the was known as the Brume, which was supposedly based on the cut content from the first game. You ever notice how at the end of Rock Village, you just go straight to the Citadel, and there's just the one little sage hut just chilling there, right outside of the Citadel? Just seems so out of place. My guess is that with this mod, they, plan to expand on that. So instead of, having it be just right next to the Citadel, it's attached. It's like its own little area, really. But yeah, based on some concept art and a lot of just leftover like music and stuff in the code, they were able to make this mod here. If you haven't, yeah, I highly recommend checking out the PC version of this game. Shit. Kind of bugs the press for getting all the orbs is opening this door like, wow, how beautiful. Cut. They had to set up that sequel somehow.
Maybe we can dock the bats!
How do you feel about the tone shift the game series took after this one? That's good. I can't really complain about it either. I love the fact that they kept the the same exact motions, but they were able to include gunplay into it. As well as the jetboard. I'm a huge fan of the jetboard. I assume if this is how the game would have been designed, this is where it would have been instead of being up in the snowy mountains. Because this is the yellow eco switch. You know, it doesn't really make sense for the yellow eco switch to be in the red eco stages area. You True. I mean, I don't know, man. Claw gives me a run for my money every time. That's pretty much the only one, though. The plant isn't really so challenging. Unless sometimes, like, the little enemies that he sends out. Oh, look at that. Because sometimes I've been approached by the little turtle plant things, and they just don't put down their spikes. They just come straight at me without, going into their cool-off period. But the big plant itself isn't a problem. And yep. I'm not too sure if this mod added a boss, but that'd be great to see how they implement a new, like, entity, not just level, into the game. Where are we going? Yeah. Would you count the little balloons over on Misty Island as like a technical boss fight with the zoomer? Makes sense. That whole area, like Misty Island itself, kicked my ass a lot as a kid, especially the part where you had to aim it right to get the power cell that was up in the sky. Because if you overshot it, you just went right over it. You undershot it, you didn't get it, you know? You talking about the ones in the Precursor basin? Yep. For me, it's the little guys that don't go back into the holes. Like you can follow them for forever, and they probably will never go back in there. Look at that. Abandoned caverns. But yeah, no, cut content aside, that whole Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy is a very, very beautiful and in-depth game. Look at that. Got some new music. Kind of sounds like a remix of the Mountain Pass music. Oh, look at that. I wonder, can they hit you on the zoomer? Or do they just stare at you? No, they're just staring. Got a staring problem. Look at them. Aww. Gaming 101 dictates there's always something behind the waterfall. Oh, look. Fuck. Ooh. Can we save it? Can we save it? No, we cannot.
One ring down, a bunch to go.
It's down there. Crap. Yeah. I'm gonna have to come back here and double check for orbs. Look at that. Oh, dude, look at that. I want to go there, but the OCD in me doesn't let me just leave the level. Oh, but look at that. That's a great view. It's probably like the forbidden jungle where there's a level inside of that whole temple. Never would have gotten that. Boom. It's not. Come on. How long have you been a Jak fan for? Ooh, look at that. The marketing for it back then must have been great. I remember growing up and seeing the commercials where they just like they'd have them like in public places, and Daxter's just trying to hype himself up as the hero. Like PlayStation's whole slogan back then was live in your world and play in ours. Mountain range. I bet. Which one out of the whole Jak series is your favorite, would you say?
Yeah, so we got a Precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff. So it ain't gonna help us!
Not a big fan of 3? Shit, look at that. Very true. Look at that. I think that's Snow Mountain, and that makes that the Citadel. Look at that. And if you could somehow zoom in, you'd probably be able to see either Zandover Village or Rock Village from here. Or the Forbidden Temple, maybe. Oh. It's crazy. As a kid, I always wondered what was out here, especially looking up there from the Citadel. Like, hey, what else is there, out here in all this greenery that's out here? Ooh. So that's how we get into that level. Man, I get you on the nostalgia part. For me, my aunt gave me both of my copies of Jak 1 and 2, and she had a real hard time explaining to my mom why Jak had a gun in the second game, because my mom at the time, she was very not pro guns, and so that was fun. So imagine not getting the chance to play. I think she didn't want to buy me Jak 3 because no, he has another gun on the front of that. I don't want you playing that. We're back at the start. You just love it when levels loop back in on themselves. Makes it so much easier to just pop right back out. Yeah, no. I missed that time, you know. Back before everything just, I don't know. Like, the whole world just feels different, you know? No, you did not. Fucking rip. Before microtransactions, yeah. Pretty sure this game nowadays, like right here, the Brume DLC would cost, you know, like an extra $5 or $10 as a story DLC add-on or something. Although I don't think Naughty Dog is the type. At least I hope not. I forgot about the dude up there.
Who awakens the oracle? Wait, one of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return. Present to me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
So it's
For
the
your
120.
gift, another power cell is yours.
Wait a second. Look at that. Really enjoy that together. Yeah, actually, kind of makes it feel like the cities or the little town is actually powered by them. Kind of like how in the first village we had to use the refractor beams to bring in the blue eco from the Forbidden Temple or the Forbidden Jungle. Because like once we activated the switch in the caves, and they all got lit up like this. It's like a very small detail, but it's it adds charm. Now we can head down to this level. Seeing how much this is. I know. You know, you think with all of them having their own eco in the world, there would be like more like vents. Like especially like green eco events would have been very useful throughout the adventure. You know, especially if you're like running low on health. Which I mean, even then there's no real consequence to dying in this game. There's not like a life system, but which if there was, it would be very useful to have the green eco vents in the world to recoup on some health rather than just relying on the little slivers that we get from enemies. Oh, look at that. It's another area. Ooh. This reminds me of that one area at the end of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. That little temple. I don't know if you ever played Assassin's Creed. It's a temple that looks just like this. If anything, I'd highly recommend you searching up and heading into the Open Gold Discord server. I think that idea is something that maybe somebody in there would be more than happy to make. We're sliding. Shit. Oof. No. I get you. Even then, these games aren't very taxing on a system if you have a computer. The only thing to do would be ripping well, the way I'm legally allowed to say this is getting your own copy of Jak and Daxter, you know, ripping your... Oh, shit. Oh, look at that. It brought us back to the slide. The way I'm legally allowed to say it is, you know, if you have your own copy of Jak and Daxter, you know, put it in your computer and just get the ISO off of your own legally purchased and legally acquired CD. You gotta be. Yeah, no, we don't sell the 7 C's around here. On camera. I don't trust this.
It's an
Yep.
ambush, Jack! It's an ambush!
Very nice. I gotta hand it to the mod creator. This is very immersive. Like, it feels like it could be a part of the actual game. Oh. Thought that was just decor. Oof. Look at that. I think we've been in here already. Yep, we've been in here. I'm not too sure which way we came from. Because the room looks very identical on both sides. I think we came from the way we spawned and we gotta go this way to get back. Yeah, there we go. There's the orbs. Oh, it's the Flufflet.
Hey, there's the Flat. All right, treasure.
Oof.
All right, more orbs.
Look at that. Beautiful. Oof. All right. Look at that. Precursor underground. And if I'm not mistaken, that's probably the end of the mod. I don't think there was a... Okay, because that makes 4 levels, right? Not too sure. Let's see. That's the village, the caves, the mountain range, and yeah, that's the end of the mod. That's the broom. So this right here is supposed to be the Yellow Sage's hut. So there's a little teleporter that lets you go to the other. Fits right in with the whole motif of them getting kidnapped. And then from here we can kind of break the game a bit. And boom, we're right where we're meant to be. So funny enough, unless the zoomer is there, you can't even go in. Game doesn't let you. You have to actually grab the power cell. And turn on the see, there it goes. And either you have to turn on the teleporter. Yeah, you do. Hi there. Well, yeah, not technically. But this is.
Hey, where's old short, green, and wrinkly?
This is terrible. Father is missing. I think Gall and Maya may have kidnapped him as well.
Relax, sweetheart. I got everything under control.
Under control? Lurker armies continue to grow across the land. The sages have been kidnapped. Gall and Maya have gathered enough eco to complete their terrible plan. And to stop them, you're going to have to fight your way through their citadel.
Yeah. That about sums it up.
You've got to rescue my father before it's too late. And Jack, be careful.
Yeah, we will be.
Actually, HakuTheWolfSpirit is here now. I can show you a little trick that she taught me, or he or she taught me, which is just think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then we're done. Don't even have to do the citadel at all. Just poof, right onto the end.
Good work, boys. You're real heroes now. I'll combine my green eco power with the other three sages, and together we'll open the shield door surrounding the Precursor robot.
Yeah, that sounds like a good start. And then after you guys open that shield, what are you gonna do about the robot?
Nothing, Daxter. We have to keep the shield open. It's up to you two to figure out how to destroy the robot.
Yeah. And that's how you skip. Yeah. And aside from the Brume mod, I was actually thinking about maybe doing another one. Let's see. We have a couple of other levels here. We have a Glacier level. We have a level called Rockpool. There's a lot more levels since last I checked. There's River to Water, there's Sand Pit, Overgrown. Let's see. Let's try loading up Glacier. How are you doing today, HakuTheWolfSpirit? Nice. Welcome in. Look at that. It's like... No, 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 no. Fuck. No. Oh, shit. Yep. However many years later, and that's still a jump scare.
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
You know, they're a pain in the ass. Come on.
Run away! That crystal's gonna blow!
Jesus.
Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
Which one looks more appealing? Left or right? I think this guy's just gonna keep coming. Left. Alright. Let's head on left. Whoever made this mod really loves these little guys. Look at that. Jesus. Not even gonna bother with those guys. They'll drive me bananas. Yeah. I think... Is this for ready? Go.
All right! We turned on the Cap's Ready Go vents.
Was Red Eco? I don't remember ever seeing any Red Eco events in the base game.
Red Eco makes your attack stronger.
Still not strong enough to break crates.
I think that was the last dog Eco Crystal.
Yeah, no, I'm not too sure if there was ever any Red Eco events in the base game.
It's an ambush, Jack! It's
Makes
an
sense.
ambush!
Alright. Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Don't worry, I'll avenge you! Not?
I think that besides falling death, that's my first death in the Precursor Legacy. The switches would control all the equipment in the game. True. One thing I was talking to Holy Roller here in the game, it was that the game was lacking in having any green eco events throughout the world, which then again also wouldn't make sense because of the game's, you know, there's no like a life counter or anything like that to penalize you from, you know, dying. That was a toughie. Oh, but that means all of these guys are back. Be for real. If anything, what else is left? The scout flies. What are we missing? Forgot all about the right route. Oof.
Yeah, so we got a Precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff. So
Excuse
it
me?
ain't gonna help us.
Well, better you than me.
Wild. Yeah, it's crazy how much time and effort, you know, the people that found those exploits. Well, it's just crazy to think how much time they spent doing so.
We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
Like, how do you even run into the little, the death movement text, you know? A bunch of trial and error, maybe. What are we missing? We're missing one orb. Look at that. Probably. You know, I wouldn't put it past the mod makers to do some shit like that. Oh no, no, there it is. Oh, there it was. Oh. There we go. And that was Glacier. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. Yep. You think Red Eco would be enough to take it out? If this was a part of, if this level was a part of the official game, what area do you think it'd be connected to? Probably the Red Sage's hut, if anything.
Hey, we can't come through until the teleport gate's on.
I think I have one more level mod. So I put a snowy extension. Yeah, probably. Let's see. Let me load up the last one for tonight. It's gonna be Rockpool. It's a sunny beachside trip with cliffs to scale, power cells to find, and lurkers to fight. Be careful not to swim out too far. Access via the warp gate and debug or a full save game. Oh, since I didn't say the creator of the Brume, it's made by Cuttlefish. You'll probably find them in the Open Goal Discord server. And for Glacier, it's also Cuttlefish. All of these are made by Cuttlefish, huh? Look at that. Yeah. Some good level making. W Cuttlefish. For sure. Oh, they're gonna play that OST. Man, I love Sentinel Beach. Again, this is Rockpool. Looks like there's orbs in the water. Odds are we might have to use the zoomer, or we actually have to swim out there. Yep, there it is. I think we're just in the middle of nowhere here. Oh, I see rings. I've never seen Precursor orbs in those boxes. not the doggies. Ooh. A cave! That was really pretty. Look at that. I hope neither of you are arachnophobic. A little sneaky. Also used to the short teleporters in the room. I didn't know if these were long distance ones. Little snicky snack. Very. missing a scoutfly box and some orbs. There it is. Beautiful. And there they are. The cursed orbs and brown crates. And that is Rockpool. You gotta hand it to Cuttlefish, this is pretty impressive. This level would most likely be adjacent to Sandover Village. Look at those starfishes. I think it's cute how they hold his attention for whatever reason.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
They was, I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go, Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath.
Can we skip this? We can. Look at that. Skippable cutscenes. Pretty solid. Look at that.
Looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
That one too. W Haku, for sure.
Catch that crazy muse!
There we go. Look at that.
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
This kind of gives me Haven Forest vibes. It's like if you take Haven Forest, mix it with the Boggy Swamp and Forbidden Jungle, kind of.
All right, treasure.
Yeah.
We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
If there is one thing I would have wished they added to the Jak trilogy was dynamic weather. I know in some parts of the game it rains, but in some parts it's just always sunny or clear skies. Like how cool would it have been to see like the rain from the Boggy Swamp in, I don't know, Sandover Village? Time for a remake for sure. I'd buy that. Pre-ordered and everything. If it was made by Naughty Dog or someone very like with a reputable, you know, company. Don't want it to be a repeat of the Sly 4. No offense to those who like Sly 4, if either of you did, but
Yeah, so we got a Precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff. So it ain't gonna help us!
actually before I go on, is there anything back here? Nope, nothing. Look at that. This is very pretty. Daxter can fly. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Nope. Still got collectibles to get. Have either of you guys ever played the Tasmanian Tiger? Probably a little bit, you have not. To make a long story short, it's a very Australian, well, it's made in Australia actually, but it's an Australian platformer about an anthropomorphic Tasmanian tiger that throws boomerangs. But one of the levels in that game involves you going up to a tree like this, and basically the whole level is contained in like a little tree area. It's really adorable. Might play it on stream, depending, because normally I started streaming mainly to just play some childhood favorites and, you know, get to talking to people who might enjoy them as well. Jak and Daxter as a whole has always been a very like a comfort series. You know how you have like those shows that you just keep going back to? That's what kind of what Jak and Daxter is to me, you know. Then I eventually found the Open Gold project, and I was like, there's mods for this now? And here we are. If you go back through my Twitch channel, you can see my runs of both Jak 1 and 2 Archipelago. I do not know. What is Archipelago? To randomize wherever collectibles to check and what item you get from that check is wrong. Is it for the multiple games in the same session? Probably look into it at the end of stream. There we go, we got all the orbs. And with that, I think we finished Overgrown. Hog. Did the portal always look like that? Alright, you guys, thank you very much for joining me today on stream. Next time I'll probably have some other level mods in store, or probably check out Jak 2 and see if it has any mods for it. I haven't really looked into Jak 2's modding scene, but I heard about the Brume forever ago and I really wanted to give that one a shot. And it fit really seamlessly. You could kind of see that it would fit right after Rock Village. Instead of just going straight to the Citadel after Rock Village, it's a pretty, joint experience. But yeah, thank you both, HolyRollerGlass and HakuTheWolfSpirit. See you guys later.